The early system of biological classification divided all living organisms into two kingdoms. Plants were grouped under plantains.
This system did not distinguish between the eukaryotes and prokaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organisms. Classification systems for living organisms have undergone several changes over time, though plant and animal kingdoms remained constant under different systems.
Scientists later proposed an advanced classification called the three-domain system. In this system, the kingdom Monera was divided.
Bacteria are the sole members of the kingdom Monera and are the most abundant microorganisms on Earth. Hundreds are present. Bacteria are special microorganisms that survive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. There are thousands of different eubacteria, also known as true bacteria, characterized by a rigid cell wall.
Some cyanobacteria can fix atmospheric nitrogen using specialized cells called heterocysts.
Heterotrophic bacteria are the most abundant bacteria found in nature and are important decomposers. Some are used for functions.
Kingdom Protista represents a diverse world of single-celled eukaryotes. These organisms, including
Chrysophytes, include diatoms and golden algae, microscopic organisms found in both freshwater and marine environments.
Dinoflagellates, masters of the marine world, exhibit stunning colors. Their armored plates offer protection.
Euglenoids are mostly freshwater organisms commonly found in stagnant water bodies.
Slime moulds are saprophytic protists that thrive on decaying organic matter in moist environments.
Protozoans are heterotrophic organisms that live as predators, or parasites. They move and capture prey using
Fungi can also live as symbionts, in association with algae as lichens, and with roots of higher plants as mycorrhiza.
When a fungus reproduces sexually, two haploid hyphae of compatible mating types come together and fuse.
The mycelium in ascomycetes is branched and septate. Asexual spores called conidia. Basidiomycetes include familiar forms, such as mushrooms, bracket fungi, and puffballs. Deuteromycetes are commonly known as imperfect fungi, because only their asexual or vegetative stages are known.
Kingdom Animalia includes heterotrophic eukaryotic organisms that are multicellular and whose cells lack cell walls.
In the five-kingdom classification of Whittaker, lichens and acellular organisms like viruses, viroids, and prions were not included.
The word virus means venom or poisonous fluid. In 1892,
viruses contain genetic material that may be either RNA or DNA, but no virus contains both.
certain biological agents such as viroids, prions, and lichens possess unique characteristics that distinguish them from typical.
The wide range in the structure of higher plants will never fail to fascinate us. In chapters 2 and 3, we talked about classification of plants based on morphological and other characteristics. For any successful attempt at classification,
the primary root grows deep inside the soil, forming the taproot system.
in the majority of dicotyledonous plants, the direct elongation of the radicle leads to the formation of the primary root, which grows inside the soil. The petiole helps hold the leaf blade toward light. Long, thin, and flexible petioles allow leaf blades. The arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina of a leaf is called venation.
A leaf is said to be simple when its lamina is entire.
Compound leaves are of two types. In a pinnately compound leaf,
Phyllotaxy is the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. It is usually of three types. A flower is a modified shoot in which the shoot apical meristem changes into a floral meristem.
depending on whether the apex gets converted into a flower or continues to grow, two major types of inflorescences are defined, racemose and cymose. Flowers may show different types of symmetry. When a flower can be divided into two equal radial halves,
based on the position of calyx, corolla, and andrecium in relation to the ovary on the thalamus, flowers are described as hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous. Each flower normally has 4 floral whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium.
Corolla is composed of petals. Petals are usually brightly colored to attract insects for pollination.
The androecium is composed of stamens, which represent the male reproductive organs of the flower. Stamens of flowers may be united with other floral members or among themselves. When stamens are attached to petals, they are called epipetalous, as in brinjal.
the gynoecium is the female reproductive part of the flower and is made up of 1 or more carpels.
The arrangements within the ovary is known as placentation.
The fruit is a characteristic feature of flowering plants.
After fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds. Seeds are formed as the fertilized ovules mature. The outermost covering of a seed is called the seed coat. The seed coat consists of 2 layers, the outer testa and the inner tegmen.
The cotyledons of many seeds are fleshy and rich in stored food materials. In seeds such as castor,
most monocotyledonous seeds are endospermic, although some, such as orchids, are non-endospermic.
various morphological features are used to describe a flowering plant in a simple and scientific sequence. Floral formula and floral diagrams provide scientific information about the structure and arrangement of floral parts. Solanaceae is a large family, commonly known as the potato family. The flower is bisexual and actinomorphic in symmetry. Flowering plants show remarkable structural similarities and variations in their external morphology.
We were discussing types of tissues based on the types of cells present. Let us now consider how tissues vary depending on their location in the plant body. The epidermal tissue system forms the outermost covering of the whole plant body. It comprises epidermal cells. The outside of the epidermis is often covered with a waxy thick layer called the cuticle. The cuticle forms a protective covering. In grasses, the guard cells are dumbbell-shaped. The outer walls of guard cells are thin, while the inner walls towards the stomatal pore are highly thickened.
The cells of the epidermis bear a number of hairs. On roots, these hairs are called root hairs.
A few epidermal cells near the guard cells become specialized in shape and size. These specialized epidermal cells.
The trichomes in the shoot system are usually multicellular. They may be branched or unbranched.
All tissues except epidermis and vascular bundles constitute the ground tissue system. The vascular tissue system consists of complex tissues called xylem and phloem. Together, xylem and phloem form vascular bundles. Such vascular bundles possess a cambium layer between xylem and phloem. The cambium remains actively dividing. In monocotyledons, vascular bundles do not contain cambium. Xylem and phloem occur together, but no cambium is present between them. In roots, the xylem and phloem occur on separate alternating radii. The xylem often forms a central star.
In conjoint vascular bundles, xylem and phloem are jointly situated along the same radius.
To understand tissue organization in plants, the anatomy of roots, stems, and leaves must be studied. This is the transverse section of a dicotyledonous sunflower root. The outermost layer is the epidermis.
The outermost layer of the root is called the epiblema. Many epiblema cells protrude.
The endodermis consists of a single layer of barrel-shaped cells, tightly packed without any intercellular spaces. Next to the endodermis lies the pericycle. The pericycle consists of a few layers of thick-walled.
Later, a cambium ring develops between the xylem and phloem.
Later, a cambium ring develops between the xylem and phloem. All tissues on the inner side of the endodermis, such as pericycle, vascular bundles, and pith, constitute the stele.
The anatomy of the monocot root is similar to the dicot root in many respects. It has epidermis,
As compared to the dicot root, which has fewer xylem bundles, there are usually more than 6 polyarch xylem bundles in the monocot root. The transverse section of a typical young dicotyledonous stem shows that the epidermis is the outermost protective layer of the stem, covered with a thin layer of cuticle.
The cells arranged in multiple layers between epidermis and pericycle constitute the cortex.
Here we see the distinct ring of vascular bundles. Notice the endarch protoxylem within the xylem and the large central pith with prominent intercellular spaces.
Here we see the endodermis and the pericycle, visible as semilunar sclerenchyma patches of phloem.
The internal anatomy of the dicotyledonous leaf reveals 3 major regions: the epidermis, the mesophyll, and the vascular system. This cross-section reveals the dorsiventral structure of the dicot leaf, featuring the adaxial and abaxial epidermis. Beneath the upper epidermis, we find the palisade parenchyma, tightly packed for optimal light absorption. The vascular bundles, enclosed by a thick bundle sheath, are clearly visible.
Monocot leaves are characterized by their distinct parallel venation pattern.
Partially digested food called chyme passes from the stomach into the duodenum.
Digested food is absorbed by numerous finger-like folds called villi and microvilli, which increase the surface area for absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. Frogs respire on land and in water by different methods. In water, the skin acts as the respiratory organ, and dissolved oxygen is exchanged through diffusion.
Respiration through lungs is called pulmonary respiration. The lungs are elongated pink sac-like structures located in the thorax region.
Propsu. The vascular system of a tree frog is well developed and closed type. Frogs also possess a lymphatic system.
Through its translucent skin, we can observe the intricate circulatory system, where glowing blue veins. As we journey inside the vessel, we are surrounded by a torrent of red blood cells, delivering oxygen to every part of the frog's body. The blood carries nutrients, gases, and water to the respective sites during circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved. Nitrogenous waste particles travel through the bloodstream towards the kidneys for filtration. These compact, dark red, bean-shaped organs are positioned along the vertebral column.
Each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units called uriniferous tubules, or nephrons.
The system for control and coordination is highly evolved in the frog. It includes both the neural system and...
There are 10 pairs of cranial nerves arising from the brain in frog. The brain is enclosed within a bony structure called the cranium or brain box.
The hindbrain of frog consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata,